Hi friends and welcome to Wednesday Math. Today we are going to still be describing the relative size of measurement, except for today we're going to be talking about converting centimeters to millimeters. So today your goal is to be able to make some of those conversions. Yesterday we did inches, feet, and yards. Today we're going to do another way in order to measure centimeters and millimeters. So you're going to watch this video first, and then you are going to come to Class Kick, and you are going to be working on these conversion questions. When you're done, just make sure that you post it to Seesaw. So I have this picture here. I left it in the den as well. So this is just telling you that if you're looking at centimeters, 1 centimeter is the same thing as 10 millimeters. So in order to find how many millimeters you have, you're just going to take whatever amount of centimeters you have and times it by 10, which will give you your millimeters. So for this example here, if I have 4 centimeters and I want to know how many millimeters I have, I'm going to just take it times 10, and then that will give me that 40. So that is a very simple, quick, and easy one for that. And then vice versa. If you know your millimeters already, you know that 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter. So depending on how many millimeters you have, you're going to divide it by 10. So if I had 40, then I would divide it by 10, and you would get your 4 centimeters. So now we're going to go over the different parts of your assignment today, just to go over how each part looks. So part 1, you are just completing this chart. So all of those centimeters are already given to you. So you're going to be taking those amounts and taking them times 10. Since you're going from centimeters to millimeters, you're going to be taking that amount times 10 to get your millimeters to fill in for this chart. So if I look at that first one here, in order to find it, I'm going to take it times 10. So 1 times 10 gives me 10. So 1 centimeter is the same thing as 10 millimeters. So you're going to do that with the same all the way across. So now down here, you're going to look at which one is the greater length for them. So you're going to convert. I think the easiest way is to convert your centimeters into millimeters. So if we look at that first one, if I want to convert my 4 centimeters, again, you're going to take it times 10 to get your millimeters. So 4 times 10 gives you 40 millimeters. Okay, so now you can look at it and see which one is bigger. Obviously, in this case, 45 millimeters is bigger, so I'll leave that one highlighted there with my work shown. So you need to do the same with the rest and find the greatest length for each pair. Part 3, you're going to be measuring to the nearest centimeter and millimeter. So this is the other side of your ruler. So when you look at rulers, it also has the centimeters and millimeters on it, as well as inches sometimes. So right here, the numbers that are already posted for you, those are centimeters, okay? And then the little lines in between are the millimeters. So there's 10 lines in between that 0 and 1 here. So all of these here, there should be 10 little lines in between, and that shows you that there's 10 millimeters to get to your centimeter. So if we look at this first one and we want to find it to the closest centimeter, it lines up about, so if we make that mark there, if we draw that line of where that nail ends, it looks like it is closer to 7 centimeters, sorry. Okay, so if we want to do the same thing, if we know that it's closest to 7 centimeters, we know to get our millimeters, if we take it times 10, do a different color here, that's going to give us this answer over here. So the closest it's going to give us is to that 70 millimeters. So you're going to do that for this measurement here. Okay. Slide 5, you're going to continue. So here you're going to be measuring those line segments just like I was doing. You're going to get to the nearest or closest one possible, okay? You don't have to tell me that it is 2 centimeters and 3 millimeters, okay? You can just give me the closest centimeter or the closest millimeter. So if you look at that first one, you're finding line segment G. So that means you're going to be focusing on how far this distance is. Okay, when you look at the second one, it says line segment H. Make sure you're not saying that it is 12 centimeters because it does not start at 0. So make sure you are making that connection of it starts at 7 and where it's ending to get those links. Part 5, these are just choosing the best estimate. So if you think about a plastic water bottle, how many centimeters of water do you think is in that? Or is it going to be measured in millimeters? Okay, so you want to think about the best estimate of how you would measure these options. And then the last one, the last 3 are just some word problems. So the first one, you're converting 14 centimeters into millimeters. And then Arthur just sharpened his pencil and now it is 10 millimeters smaller. How long is his pencil now? So you're going to use the problem from here to get that second one. So 1 and 2 go together. So make sure, make a note there for you that they go together. I'll type it, that way it looks a little bit nicer. So you're going to be using the answer to number 1 to then also get answer number 2. Okay, so these 2 go together. And then the last one, you're taking 51 millimeters and you're going to be telling us how many centimeters. So remember to use that conversion chart that I left you on slide 4. So we know 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters and we know that it takes 10 millimeters to give you that 1 centimeter. So make sure you're either multiplying by 10 or dividing by 10 depending on how you are, depending on what your question is asking you. So that is what I have to cover today. Good luck on converting. Let me know if you have any questions and I will be on Seesaw. Good luck, mathematicians.